All right, we are live. I want to make sure you guys can see me, and then I am going to get started. We are live, everybody. Okay, there you guys are. I see you now. Okay, I think we're good. So, hello, everyone out there in all kinds of cities all across the United States of America. My name is Leah Laughlin. I'm a National Sales Director, and I'm really excited that you're here tonight for our third of 4 hangouts that we're doing for this mini Pacesetters series called #MakeItHappen. And so I want to just jump right in with some recognition. And before I do that, I hope you guys saw all the posts and Facebook chatter that happened and social media posts that were happening this past week as all the sales directors and national sales directors were in LA. It was like, I can't even describe how much fun it was and how high class it was and how top notch the training was. I mean, it was like just a week to remember for so many reasons. And one thing we always say in our national area, we always say this to consultants, we say that directors have more fun. That's like our hashtag, directors have more fun. It's more fun at that level. It's more fun in that leadership position. There's more perks in that position. And so that's one reason we want you to become sales directors, because life is a lot more fun and there's more experiences and opportunities. They actually shut down Universal Studios just for Mary Kay. And so several of our directors in our national area earned that party at Universal Studios in Los Angeles, and they shut the park down just for Mary Kay people. And we got to run around that place and just have a lot of fun. And everything was free, you guys. All the food was free, all the rides were free, all the ice cream was free. You could just eat whatever and do whatever, because all of the cost was covered. And then the last night that we were there, we had a banquet at the Marriott, which is just right in downtown LA by the Staples Center, which is where the 2 basketball teams play there. It's just a beautiful, beautiful hotel, and they had this Gatsby banquet for us. So everyone was dressed up like they were out of the 20s, and just had a beautiful meal that night. So directors have more fun than consultants. It's true. That's a reason you need to become a sales director, because your life will be more fun. And then national sales directors have a lot more fun than directors do. So it just keeps getting more and more fun as you move up. So you guys, let's do some recognition. I do want to recognize our top 20. And this is based on submitting the vouchers for 2 weeks. My assistant, Melissa, she added up voucher number 1 from last week and then voucher number 2 from this week. And we have your total. I have a lot of notifications rolling in. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's recognize them. Number 20, Heather McMaster. Number 19 is Abby Gegner. Number 18, Amy Rhodes. Number 17, Alex Trillin. Number 16, Erin Mann. Number 15, Shelly Bergman. Number 14, Sheena Clevenger. Number 13, Beth Marquis. Number 12, Elisa Preddy Allen. Number 11, Leanne Gerard. Okay, now to our top 10. Number 10, McCon Winborn. Number 9, Lindsay Alexander. Number 8, Christina Gentry. Number 7, Melody Funkhauser. Number 6, Melissa Jameson. Number 5, Jesse Hoffman. Number 4, Rachel Brown. Number 3, Kelly Klein. Number 2, Laura Hayes. And currently number 1 right now, you guys, with a pretty good lead. Congratulations to Nissa Beasley. So yay! Okay, you guys, so let's jump into some training tonight. I really hope that the Voxer messages that I've posted this week have helped to answer some questions. And one thing I realized when I first asked you guys for questions that we would cover in these training sessions, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's no way we're going to have time to cover all of these. And so that's why I've used Voxer throughout the week to sort of fill in the gaps and address some questions and give you guys information, because I knew we wouldn't have time to cover it all in these Hangouts, okay? I'm going to do the same thing this week. I'm going to send you Voxers. I'm going to try to do it every day this week, besides the weekend, just to continue to answer questions that haven't been answered yet, and to just cover our bases with training to make sure you guys are really getting what you asked for and what you feel like you need at this point. So, okay, so what I decided to cover tonight is just something I feel like is really, really important, like crazy important. Like it's a deal breaker. Like it's the difference maker between someone successful and someone who just throws in the towel, okay? It's your mindset of how to finish the race, okay? Your mindset of finishing strong, your mindset of being a masterful finisher, okay? This is a skill that is very valuable and important in life and in Mary Kay. How to finish something that you start. And so I want to talk about that tonight, how to be a finisher, a masterful finisher. And the good news is that it is a skill. And what that means is that anybody can learn it. Anyone can. Whether you have been a great finisher in the past or whether you've started many things that you've never finished. I think we've all have that, a list of those things. Like I started this, but I never saw it through to the end and I never finished it. So regardless of your pattern in the past, we're going to start with today and we're going to move forward and we're going to learn to be a masterful finisher. And so it's mid-month right now. Actually, it's January 18th, you guys. It's a couple days past dead center mid-month. And a couple things happen around this time we've got about 2 full weeks left. A couple things start to happen. Okay, number 1, and I hope you're doing number 1. You're just in the zone. You're focused, you're on target, you see the goal coming together, things are happening, you feel the momentum, your confidence is growing, and like you're just making things happen, okay? That's one option for mid-month, or that's one way some people feel around this time. The second way that people feel is you can start to feel defeated around this time because it's that benchmark. It's kind of that benchmark. Well, it's halfway done. So we logically think if we're halfway done, I should be halfway to my goal by now. And sometimes that's just not the case. Sometimes you're not halfway to the goal. And the goal is still possible and you can still finish it, but it starts to feel a little, you can start to feel the butterflies in your stomach when you get to this point in the month and you don't see things coming together like you thought you would or like you think you should, okay? And so let me tell you, I've had many, many, many more months of option 2 than the first option. I've had many, many more months of feeling like, oh man, we're halfway done and I'm nowhere near my goal. And you have a choice in that moment. If that's where you are, that is where you are with number 2, feeling like you're way far away from your goal and things aren't happening like they should be and could be. It is all about how you choose to think in these last 2 weeks. Your goal is still possible as long as you choose to believe that it's possible. But it takes some mental strength and fortitude to push through when it doesn't look like things are happening, okay? So we are make it happen women, and we know how to focus, okay? So we're all gonna just make the choice right now to choose to finish, okay? To choose to see it through to the end, to choose to continue to take the next step, regardless of what may not be happening in your business right now, okay? So can we all make that choice together that we are gonna finish this thing strong and we're gonna do everything within our power to make things happen these next 2 weeks. And I want to explain this concept, you guys. I just call it, and many, many people who've been successful, it's called the next best step. That's the concept, the next best step. And this comes in handy just about with everything that you do, but especially in moments of maybe feeling defeated, or maybe lacking a little bit of confidence, or maybe not seeing things come together like you think they should, okay? You just take the next best step. And the thing about the next step is that it's never too hard, okay? Your next step is never too hard. It's a stupid, simple step that you can take, and that you know you can take, and that you know you can do it, okay? You take the next best step. Okay, quick story, you guys. While in LA, I got very inspired for a variety of different reasons to start doing my workouts before my husband leaves for work, so that when I'm with the kids, it kind of buys me some more time with the kids, and just creates more time in my day to start off with workout before he goes to work, quiet time, then the kids get up. That way, those two things are done, workout and quiet time. And I'm more prepared for my kids to be up when it comes time for them to wake up. Okay, well, that means I have to get up at 5 a.m. My husband leaves for work pretty early, and so a 5 a.m. wake up call is not my favorite thing. I'm more of like a 6:30. That's more natural for my body to get up at 6:30. That's what I'm used to, okay? And so my alarm clock went off at 5 a.m., you guys. And you know, the first thought, I don't even have to tell you the first thought in my head that went through my mind. I mean, of course, it's to hit snooze and say, forget this. This is insane. It is dark and it is freezing out there. And I don't feel like doing this. I can just do it later, because that's what I always do. I always just do it later, okay? So I don't have to do this right now. So anyways, that alarm clock goes off, and I put this next best step concept into practice, okay? So it goes off. I don't want to get up. And I'm like, just take the next best step. And my next best step was just to go pee. That's it. I'm like, just go pee. Just go do it. Just go pee. And so that's what I did. I got up and I went pee. And then I'm sitting there thinking like, this is crazy. This is not worth it. I can just do this later. I'm tired. My body needs rest. Like, it's healthy to get 8 hours of sleep. That would be the best choice. Get a full 8 hours. I'm only around like 7 hours at this point. I need the full 8 hours. This doesn't even make sense. But then I stopped myself mentally. I'm like, just take the next best step. Okay, the next best step. And what was that for me? It was to brush my teeth. I'm like, just brush your teeth. Just do it. Just brush your teeth. Okay? So then I brush my teeth. As I'm brushing my teeth, I'm like, this is crazy. Get back in bed. This is dumb. Why are you doing this? But mentally, I'm saying, take the next best step. And that was to get my workout clothes on, which were, thank God, they were already laid out and I didn't have to go looking for them. That was the next best step, okay? After that, the next best step was just to get a glass of water and refresh myself. After that, the next best step was to remote start my Cadillac, so it was at least semi-warm when I got into my Cadillac. And so I did that. And you guys, before I knew it, I was in the car driving to the YMCA when it was pitch dark and freezing cold at like 5:10 a.m. to go get my workout in. And let me tell you, when I got home, you guys, and my workout was done, and I'm sitting with a hot cup of tea in my chair that I love to pray in the morning. I have this chair that I sit at in the morning to do my quiet time. Do you want to know how I felt? I felt like I was on top of the world. I felt like $1,000,000. I felt refreshed. I felt energized. I felt ready for the day. I felt accomplished. I felt like a winner because I did it. I did that thing that I wanted to do that I knew would be hard to do. And the way I did it is I just kept taking the next best step. Okay. And I want you to start implementing this concept into your life and into your Mary Kay business. Okay. Because when you take the next best step, that's the only way you can see further, is by taking that next best step. Okay, so remember, I was peeing, and then I saw my next step as brushing my teeth. And when I was brushing my teeth, Then I saw a little bit further to getting dressed. And when I got dressed, I saw a little bit further to actually remote starting my car. And you just keep taking the next best step. And all of a sudden, you're sitting in your chair praying with a hot cup of tea, feeling like $1,000,000 because you did it, and you feel accomplished in that moment. You can do the exact same thing in Mary Kay. I'm going to tell you another quick story about the next best step. It was in Beijing, China, actually on the National Sales Director trip. This was, let's see, back in 2013, so a couple of years ago. We were in Beijing, and one of our events was to go to the Great Wall. And again, they shut it down for us, just for Mary Kay people. All the national sales directors got to go visit the wall, Great Wall of China, and then have a catered dinner, like group dinner, like literally right at the base of the Great Wall that night. So I was really excited about this, and it actually ended up being the highlight of my trip. It was the most favorite part of my trip to Beijing, but I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. I just thought we were gonna like go and the wall would be just this broad space that we would sort of stand on and take really good pictures and have a really great view, and then we would go eat dinner. That's what I thought. Okay, so I show up with my lashes on and hair extensions in and a cute outfit and full makeup, and my hair is down, and I've got skinny jeans on and just a cute pair of sandals. You know, I'm just looking cute to get some pictures on the Great Wall of China. Well, it turns out that the wall, like you actually climb it, like, and there's these really steep, uneven steps that you can climb, and you can like climb like 3,000 steps to the top. Okay, so it turns out you don't just get pictures on the wall, you actually climb the wall. And so we start going up, and I'm like, whoa, this is like far, this is steep. I'm thinking, I really wasn't prepared for this. I would have worn something differently. I would have put my hair up had I known what we were actually really doing. And so we're going up, and then like we get to this certain level, and all of a sudden like people are coming down. Like people are like, I'm not going this far. This is crazy. But I happen to be with a group of amazing people who have a little bit of a competitive spirit. And so we wanted to keep going. We wanted to keep going. So we kept going, and all these people are turning back and going down. They're going to dinner. They're going to eat. And I'm thinking, that seems like a really good idea. But we keep going and we keep going. And then the weird thing about the wall is you can kind of see this, I guess like, I don't even know how to describe it. You kind of see where you feel like the end is, or like where it looks like you got to the top. There's this sort of like castle-like thing. And so it looks like, oh, okay, there's the top. There's where I'm done. But the weird thing is, it's not until you get to that spot when you think you're done that you see even much further. And when you get there, it's a little bit disappointing because mentally you're like, oh my gosh, I thought I was done, and look how far I need to go. And so this is getting farther and farther into us like climbing this wall, and I'm getting more and more tired, and honestly, it's like really starting to burn. My legs are burning. I'm not really having fun anymore because it's getting painful and I'm sweaty, and I didn't come prepared wearing the right outfit. But I literally kept thinking, you guys, and this is exactly what I kept thinking, is just take the next step. The next step isn't too hard. Just take the next step. And that's how I was coaching myself as I was climbing this Great Wall of China, because I wanted to finish, and I wanted to get to the top, and I wanted to go further than everyone else, even though it was a lot further than I expected. And so there's just so much you can learn from that. So did you set a goal earlier this month to be a red jacket or be in DIQ, and it seems really, really far away? Okay. Is anybody feeling like that out there? I'm guessing a lot of you are. Well, forget about the big goal. Forget about red and forget about DIQ. Just take the next best step towards that goal. Being serious. Just forget about a jacket for a minute. Just forget about DIQ or on target car or whatever goal that you're working on, and just take the next best step. Okay? Forget about 9 faces and 95610. Just do 1 face. Okay? Forget about 5 career surveys. Just book 1 guest to your next meeting. Forget about 600 retail that you have to sell this week. Just call one customer for one reorder. Forget about 10 bookings. Okay, just get one tonight, or just get one tomorrow. Okay, just take the next best step. Okay, I would rather you do that one simple task than to feel overwhelmed and defeated and paralyzed by the thought of the big goal that seems way too far away. Okay, I would rather you just do one simple task that doesn't seem significant, rather than you feel defeated, overwhelmed, or paralyzed because you can't even fathom getting to that big goal way out there. Just take the next best step. Okay. So I want to ask you, just to sort of wrap it up here in the next couple of minutes, I want you to spend some time thinking about these questions I'm gonna ask you. What is your next best and most effective step today? And I want you to really think about it. Like, when you get off this hangout here in just a few minutes, what's that next most effective thing that you could do? And just something simple like go pee or brush your teeth or remote start your car. Literally something that simple. Of course, within the Mary Kay context. I mean, literally going pee after this hangout is not going to move your business forward. So we're talking about next best steps that would move your Mary Kay business forward. What would it be tonight? What would it be tomorrow? What is your next most effective step? What would feel like a win tonight? Okay, is it sending a Facebook message to someone on your chicken list? Is it just designing your day for tomorrow? That would be a great next step. Okay, is it organizing your referrals so that when it comes time to do booking calls tomorrow, you've got them nice and organized in a binder that you can create tonight? What's a simple next step that seems doable, that seems possible, that's going to move the ball forward and just keep you in the game? It's really a mental game at this point, you guys. It's just a mental game. And whatever you need to do to stay in the zone and to feel like a winner and to stay in the game, just do that. Even if it means you have to temporarily forget about the big goal way out there. If you need to temporarily forget about that, I give you permission to temporarily forget about that big goal and just take the next small step. It's kind of like, have you ever climbed a mountain before? Or if you were to ever climb, Mount Everest. From the bottom looking up to the top, it seems impossible. It seems like, how will I ever accomplish this? Well, how do you get to the top? You just keep taking the next step. Okay, you climb a mountain by taking one small step after another. Or, at the bottom of a small staircase, you look up to the top and think that is a long way to go. But how do you get there? You keep taking little small steps. And all of a sudden you get to the top of the staircase or the top of the mountain and you're like, oh my gosh, how did I get here? How did this happen? I've come so far. And then you remember the way you got there was taking little small steps along the way. So if you need to stop looking at the mountaintop or stop looking at the top of the stairs right now and just look down at your feet and move forward, I give you permission to do that. And if that frees you up to just stay in the game and stay in the zone, I give you permission to do that. Just stay checked in. Okay, that's usually the first sign of someone sort of throwing in the towel on the month, is when they pull out of communication. So maybe you stop looking at our Facebook group, or you stop looking through Voxer messages, or you stop listening to your director's Voxers, or you stop responding to her. That's usually a sign that someone's shutting down and throwing in the towel. So if you're tempted to pull back or isolate yourself or pull out of communication, I want you to resist that temptation and just stay in the zone, stay in communication. I mean, your next step could just be to Vox your sales director and say, I'm feeling really defeated. Help me. What could be a good next step? What could help me feel like a winner tonight and tomorrow? That may be your next best step. And then she's going to box you back with some encouragement and some advice and some support. And that might give you an idea of what your next best step can be. And if you just keep taking little small steps between now and the end of the month, I can't promise that you're going to reach your goal. I can't promise that. But what I do know is you're going to be a lot further along, and you're mentally going to feel accomplished, and you're going to feel like a winner, which is a whole lot better than feeling defeated and feeling like a big loser. Okay, so stay in communication, stay connected. Even if you miss the big goal, you guys, you've still made progress. That's the great thing about the next best step, is that it's progress. And success is not about perfection. It's not about reaching every goal that we set. It's about progress. And we can all make progress. Okay, so what's your next best step? I'm actually going to have you post it in the Facebook group in just a few minutes. And I want you to spend these last couple of minutes thinking about what would feel like a win. How can you plan for it? How can you design your day tomorrow for it to feel like a win? How can you communicate and connect with your director so she can support you in that? And how can you fit it in? And where will you fit it in into your day tomorrow? Okay, you guys, so we can do this. We've got this. That's what I wanted to share with you tonight. And I'm going to post some stuff in the Facebook group. So stay connected, stay in communication. Let's have a strong finish to this month.